everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Heaven's Vault. Last episode, we've made it to Heaven's Vault. We found a bricked up opening that seems to be the only way in. We just have to break our way in. We've also found a lot more information in a few of the inscriptions that we've happened to find. For example, we found the phrase, as far as I can read it here, "Eagle will open its wings again and fly us through eye of dark sun across old sea." Seems like it's telling something, but we don't know what. We also found here, "Freedom sails free where Sky God and Water God combine." Very curious. And this warning outside of Heaven's Vault. "Seventh God inside this temple will drink Nebula until all is dark." Touch it. Interesting. I can feel the breeze. It must be open on the other side. Open onto what? Listen. Aaliyah? Nothing. No ghosts. Or quiet ones, at least. Push out a brick. That should be enough to climb through. Not for me. Can you widen it? Aaliyah, walls fall for me. Walls fall for me. As soft as butter. Here goes nothing. It's beautiful. Shard of metal. Positioned like an icon. Do you recognize it? No, I suppose you would not. It is a robot metal. It reminds me of the sundial at Iox. The curve and the spar. No wonder no one can get it to work. So that's what it is. And I see words up on the sides. Oh wait. There's smaller words here. That one I think is Earth. That one, Nebula, maybe. That one is Sun. This is a temple. No, that one is Sun. That one might be Nebula. That one's Earth. That one is Serpent. These are the names of the gods. Death and Water. Water, Death, Serpent, Sun, Sky, and Earth, or metals. And then we have all the words up here, which I can't read them. Not the way they're positioned. I think these are the same thing. No. Are they the same on both ends? No, I don't think so. I can't remember all the words. God, I wish I had a dictionary so that I could translate this whole thing. If any of you can figure out what these things say, write it down in the comments. This one I can't quite read. Not with the shining angle. That one's pretty clear. Don't remember what the words are. If any of you can read those, please tell me. Either way, here we have something very different. The operation of this door seems simple enough. Oh. By the goddess. What is this? What have we found? This is very different from everything else. Another door. No handles, nothing to pull or push. Not magnetic, Aaliyah. Is it like the cat kiss gate? Do I say a word? Cat kiss. This isn't Elbreth, I suppose. Heaven's Vault. By the rivers. What is this place?
The tomb was not a tomb. The mountain was not a mountain. This was Heaven's Vault. And it was still alive.
What's it made of? Same as the structure on the Serpent's Eye docking crater? I believe so. This is immense. This is a completely different level of technology from everything else, and it's filled with robots. This place. This is a ship. That's what this place is supposed to be, but this isn't like any kind of ship I've ever seen. It's more like a palace. Like a generator that we are inside. Timya Orifara Ua Ayabasar. Mayakat Kifar Besaya Enku. There are robots here. Doing what? They are mindless ants. You're not excited that there are more. This is a graveyard. Ngorisi Kiti Mikisiyama. No wonder the gravity outside was wrong. This moon is hollow. Kisimi Miyang Si Farayati. There! We can get down now, I think. This way. And it's gone. Where did it go? Tikat Orihu Maikis Quibes. This is incredible. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Like nothing anyone has ever seen. Walkways over empty space. Are they stable? They have been stable for thousands of years. This is the mountain. This is the inside of the mountain. Across. What are they doing here? There's something in the middle. The only other thing we can interact with. What do you make of this? It's central to this whole space. Move aside, Aaliyah. Yani hua Micus. Okay? Marien bas aliti. Yaki e nc ifarari. NK? Are you remembering something? Sifar. An eagle? Welcome, Overseer. Tell me. Do you wish to vault? You're an eagle. I am the ship. Do you wish to vault? Is this another memory? I am the ship. Please, answer the question, Aaliyah. Do you wish to vault? Are you absorbing the rivers? The great darkness? The rivers disappearing? You're doing it. 66% of the core is now recovered. Please, Aaliyah. It hurts. Do you wish to vault? Who am I talking to? Are you the seventh god? I am the ship. Do you wish to vault? And what happens if I say yes? Does something happen to the nebula? Entropy is inescapable. The rivers will inevitably run dry, but we will be elsewhere. The Overseer must answer the question, do we vault? Maybe I can turn this off. Stop! Entropic loss during recovery has been significant. Further loss will render vaulting impossible. This miserable ship wants your assistance. It is a pathetic supplicant. It believes that allowing the core's energy to simply dissipate will cause great harm. But the vault will also cause harm. It is bound by its ethical core to decide, but it cannot. It is an agony. I find indecision quite disgusting. So this is where we have a choice. So, we can either vault to who knows where, we can stop it, or we can leave. I'm just going to pause it here for a second. So, the vault is indeed an adjective, not a noun. And the eagle and the sun was a symbol of the empire. And yet, the eagle and the sun was a symbol of the empire. We know that much. But it's also considered a sort of demon, or evil, that would destroy everything. And now we see that is true. So, this was the center of a ship. And it's draining all of the rivers and all of the water into its core so that it can vault. But to where, we don't know. So we have a choice. Either allow it to vault and kill off the nebula and everything in it, yet save ourselves for who knows what. Or shut it down and let the rivers continue. And let us continue living here in the nebula. For what purpose, we don't know. Well, we're still living. But what will become of us? Do we save ourselves and doom the nebula? Or do we let the nebula survive? I won't let everyone else die. Shut it all down, NK. Now, whatever this place has been doing to the nebula, it stops now. You are quite certain? In the long term, this decision offers no hope. The rivers are being taken from us. That has to end. Nothing can maintain the rivers forever. Entropy will cause them to decay. The energy will be lost forever. But why do I have to choose? Because you are here. Because you can decide. If Renba had found this place, he would have decided. I still don't understand. The rivers are being drained to recover the ship's core energy. The process has taken thousands of years, but the ship still has an ethical core. It can't take the decision to vault because of the cost. Vaulting means traveling away, leaving everyone behind. Everyone. When the rivers fail, they will all be lost. Only we two would escape. But what happens if we don't vault? The rivers fail, and all are lost. So the rivers are doomed to fail anyway. Selfish as it is, then I wish to vault. If there's any way to save the Nebula, it's out there. We've come this far. We can't turn back now. There's no way back to the Nebula anyway. All that is in the past now. And who knows? Maybe out there we'll find a way to come back. As you wish.
Stories don't have tidy beginnings. The past is always present.
The present, Kay. I feel giddy.
But the past is just another story.
We are moving. Where are we going? We are leaving, Elia. Leaving the Nebula.
One that we can always leave behind.
And that is the end of Heaven's Vault. So that was honestly very fascinating. And this is actually quite a good game. Very good if you're interested in the story and everything like that. They did a wonderful job coming up with the language and developing it and making it actually work together so beautifully. They had to get some great linguists on this because it was great figuring out how to make it all work. It's wonderful gameplay. Completely different from what you find in most other games, but it's absolutely great. The visuals are beautiful, the music is very nice, the story is interesting, and they do a very good job of developing it. As far as I can tell, and from what I've read elsewhere, the entire story is that a ship, a colony ship of some sort, was jumping through space and somehow had some sort of accident that spilled its parts all across this nebula. The nebula is the gases, the rock, the everything that was on it. The people who survived, well, they continued onwards and became the ancestors of the people today, of the Ioxian Empire and such. The only other thing I can tell is there was a point where the robots did take control, but they were eventually overthrown. I think we end up being able to see the timeline after the credits here, if I remember right. Unfortunately, I can't read that. For you all? I don't know this word, but I think that's for you or for us, and I'm not sure of that one. Do high go? I'm not sure. Yes, the great ancient engines of the Heaven's Vault fired, and a moment later, we were gone. And that's all we have. Yeah, we have all the inscriptions, but... And here we have the timeline of the nebula. The first days, somehow the nebula was formed here. Which, as I said, I believe was due to this ship which arrived and somehow had an accident and exploded, scattering its parts throughout the nebula. Then came the settlement age. Settlers spread across the nebula, establishing a network of moons. Fragments of writing survive from this time. After they spent a long time surviving in the ship, eventually they must have realized that they had to leave, and so they spread out and found the rivers going through the entire nebula and started creating settlements. Then came the Age of Sail. Before the Empire, mercantile civilizations spanned the nebula, traveling and transporting goods in enormous ships. While they had settled, they didn't have any big organization at the time, so they must have spread out and, well, lived mainly by sailing. They didn't have too many solid settlements, but they had a few, including what I believe was that dock. Then we had the Steel Empire, an empire ruled by robots that grew out of an older system of governments. The robots did come to be, and they started taking control, ruling over everyone. Then the first empress deposes the robots, and we have the Holy Ioxian Empire, ruled by a deified emperor and built upon by a previous empire governed by robots. Empress Enke overthrew the robots and formed the Holy Empire. Then eventually, it fell. Very little is known of the years between the fall of Iox and the founding of the Iox Protectorate, which is where we come to here. And that seems to be the past of what happened. The eagle and sun symbol is very old, predating when this ship crashed. This is a very interesting tale, and I'm glad to have gone through it. And it is possible to do a New Game Plus, where you have all the rivers that you've already have mapped out, and you know all of the language that you've gone through. And then you can go through and keep developing it and changing it and that sort of stuff. But I think here is where I end this episode and the game. This has been fascinating. Climb the stone staircase more ancient than the mind can imagine. Find the cornerstone and under it the copper box. This is marked with his name. Unlock it. Open the lid. Take out the tablet of lapis lazuli. Read. The Epic of Gilgamesh, 1300 BCE. And here I end this episode. And the game, as I said. I still recommend giving this game a try. Because, as you saw, there are many different possibilities and many different paths and changes for how this route can take. Differences in what you can see. Have 6 to the very end. Trade him off to that trader. Go different routes, find different paths, ask different questions, do different things. There are plenty of possibilities, and there's so many more words to discover and phrases to learn. All of it very interesting. Meanwhile, I need to figure out what I'm going to do next, what game I'm going to play. I'm going to go back and look at the suggestions you guys had. I'll try and come up with something. I did consider doing Fallout, but that game had problems getting it to actually work. So, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to do it, much as I wanted to try. Whatever we'll do, that'll be in the next episode. Till then, I am Cheswick44. This has been Heaven's Vault, and I shall see you all